Where's the third one? They're going to use it. They're going to use it. Tell Mr. Mendy. Mr. Mendy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move to the locker rooms. This is the Valke of the Valke supporters get tonight. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the president of the SWD Rugby Union, Mr. Ben Currie, would like to extend a warm welcome to head coach Jamie Miller and his entire Valke team. A special warm welcome to George Mayor, Councillor Currie Johnson, Mr. Henry Barker, Solo Executive Mayor, Valke Rugby Union President Mr. Ben Currie, the Solo Delegation here present, as well as the distinguished guests. Tonight, not only marks the repeat of the 2018 Currie Cup First Division final here at Outeniqua Park, it is also the perfect occasion to celebrate Outeniqua Park's 60th year of existence. Let's give round of applause, 60 years of rugby in this very stadium. Absolutely worthy of a special celebration. To our coach, Outeniqua Mayor, and the luxuries that the Eagles go out and make an entire Southern Cape card as you have for this entire season. To the match referee, Lee Lottering, and all his assistants, a very warm welcome to you here at Outeniqua Park. Best of luck with the task ahead. To all our local supporters, the Dotsure SWD legal support tonight. More than ever. So let's get loud. Let's get rowdy. And I'd like to honor each and everybody here, as well as our local partners and sponsors. Outeniqua Park, and you give yourselves a big round of applause. Let's make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, starting with our presenting team, the Valke 15, from the number 1 jersey crew to fullback. Our team members are Clayton Kidditz, Pierre Roddy, Glenn Gorman, Deborah Lawrence, Captain, McFarlane Center, number 6 jersey fullback, Paddy Ringwood, Nino Federer, number 8 jersey Sander Panamanga, number 9, Luciano Elias. They are one-half Sergio Salmisa, and they have Luga Makundi, Zeguga Stadium, Twins Gutierrez, number 14 jersey Adrian Gudera, and fullback for the Valke, Ndembe Kaini. Let's give them a round of applause for Valke.
Outeniqua Park in George has played host to many an HSBC 7 Series final in years gone by, but today it plays host to yet another final, the Currie Cup First Division final between the Dotsure SWD Eagles and the visiting Valke, all the way from the Barnard Stadium in Kempton Park, Johannesburg. Conditions in the Garden Route this week have been a little bit chilly, but it's cleared up beautifully tonight. There might be a bit of wet underfoot, but these two sides will know that even the conditions, they have glory at the end of the 80 minutes here in George. Beautiful conditions, but these two sides have met before in the regular season, with the Dotsure SWD Eagles running out as 45 points to 24 victors over the Valke, and that maybe will look at it as something they can in terms of spurring them on to hopefully a first division title. Valke, well, they will be looking to make sure that they exact some revenge from losing that 2025 final to the eventual winners, the Griffins, last year. Alongside me in the commentary box is Layla Arison. So many of these players, Layla, will be looking forward to hopefully lifting that title later on tonight.
Yeah, Pilar, it's an incredible occasion for the Garden Route. If you take a look at the teams of the Valke at the moment, I mean, you're going to look to players like Kiewit, you're going to look to players like Calvin Kananungu and Kano February. Adrian Hubert is going to be incredibly important for the side to be able to try and steer and guide this team in order to, as you said, try and get some revenge on that match. We know playoff games, they are nothing compared to what happens during the day, because in playoff game, I mean, whoever turns out the winner, even though if it is with 1 point, we get to walk away with the trophy.
We've seen so many one-point victories in bigger tournaments than this, so they'll know that even that 1 point will give them glory at the end of the 80 minutes. The Dotsure SWD Eagles, led by former Springbok head coach Outeniqua Meyer, look like this. They've kept relatively the same set of players throughout this season. Watch out for Karl Dupriya in the 7 jersey. He captains the side, while Masande Mchali in the 13 has some explosive power alongside his center partner in Neil Beekers. Rene Lucas and Roscoe Seister and Ulrich Wahl are a dynamic back three. Xavier Swartboy and Ivan Dutoy will look to orchestrate things from those halfback pairings. Fred Zeilinger is on the bench. He's also played at Premier Division level for the Cheetahs and for the Lions, and of course the Sharks in Fred Zeilinger. You see a lot of those jerseys. It's been a cold afternoon, but they've braved the winter weather here in the Garden Route to hopefully see their side lift the trophy later.
And it would have been, you know, a huge moment for them. They were so close to being able to qualify for that Carling Currie Cup Premier Division. But today they get an opportunity to lift that piece of silverware. They've had an incredible season, only losing once during the regular season. That to the EP Elephants that's currently being coached by former Springbok coach Alistair Coetzee. EP Elephants obviously playing in that semi-final against the Valke last week. We thought it was going to be a 1-2 clash in this final. Valke came out and they decided to, you know, flex their muscles and completely, you know, throw the apple cart over. But the Dotsure SWD Eagles will be coming into this final as the clear favourites to potentially lift that trophy. But as you mentioned a little bit earlier, Pilar, it is about the Valke and the fact that they have played a final before. They know what is to be expected in a final, and I think for them it would also be a bit of a heartache not being able to lift that trophy versus last year when they lost to the Griffins in the final. So maybe a redemption story for them too.
Absolutely. Here come the visitors, the Valke, all the way from Kempton Park. It's been a long, hard season, and winning away, of course, to the EP Elephants last week in that semi-final at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium would have spurred this side on. They know that they can do it away from home, and that will be extra motivation. They are one of those teams that don't go away When you look at how they set up, they've got so many players with X Factor, and especially at the back division with Mbembe Pai, led by Mihlali Stampa in picture. And of course the Outeniqua Park faithful will clap on the home side, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. They will be looking to polish off a season, a fine season at that. And these two sides obviously mentioned a little bit earlier, Leila, slightly missing out on qualification for the Premier Division in that SA Cup, had for stellar seasons, just missing out on that top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, that will almost be long forgotten today. They will feel that they've done enough. They've done what they needed to do to be able to reach this point. For the Valke, well, it's going to be a physical encounter for them. They're going to have to beat this SWD Eagles side physically, stop them in their tracks, and then hopefully come out with ball in hand and be able to put some points on the board.
Karel du Preez, he's been a bruising captain, a leader amongst men in this Dotsure SWD Eagles side. He will be emotional as these two sets of players will line up to sing the national anthem, Nkosi Sikelela Africa. There's always, whatever level, an emotional feeling to sing your national anthem. The national anthem before kickoff.
What a fantastic lineup tonight. We also celebrate this stadium's 60th birthday. So I ask you to please stop standing and join us in singing the national anthem. Thank you.
National anthem done and dusted, and they're playing for a big prize here in the Carling Currie Cup First Division final. The Dotsure SWD Eagles hosting the Valke in this massive final. A final that these two sides will relish, whatever level there is. These two sides going through their final warm-ups before that massive kickoff. Plenty at stake here, Leila Harrison.
My favorite part about finals rugby, doesn't matter what happened before this. It's 80 minutes. It is 80 minutes of brutality, and there's no better man in the middle than Jonathan Lottering to be able to referee an encounter like this. He'll have a lot of work. There'll be a lot of noise in his ears today from both of these sides. We've seen it throughout the season, but he's cool, calm, and collected, and I think we're in for an incredible clash tonight.
The fact that we can only mention him now at the beginning of the match and not throughout it or at the end will be something that Jonathan Lottering will look forward to. Almost ready for kickoff in this Carling Currie Cup First Division final. Up it goes from Sergio Stahlmeister. A good tackle on Ewan Kutsia. setting up a better angle for the exit play here, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. And very efficient in the opening minutes of this final.
And that's what someone like Devon Du Toit brings. He's won a varsity cup title with the University of Tuks. He understands what's needed at this level. And that's what you need from your number 10. Just enough to generalize, just to make sure players are in position and know when to take those exit kicks. Huge opportunity now for the Valke with ball in hand inside the SWD Eagles half.
Pierre Rabi with his first throw at line-out time. All the way to the back of the line-out, and it's lost forward by the Valke. Possession now with the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Du Toit sends it right down the middle of the field. Chance for the Valke to attack first here. Kano February is a good runner. Now some face play for the Valke. Bai sends it to Kananungu, formerly of Wits University, Kananungu. Good tackle on Dirk Lawrence. Content at the moment to play those pods in midfield. Here comes the captain, Mihlali Stamper. Slightly slower now for the Valke as they look to hopefully use that short side. They go the open side with Caden Kivit. Same side they go with Kano February with another touch. Lovely hands this, and through the hole goes Dians Pretorius. Quick ball from Elias into Stamper. This is good flow from the Valke. Lovely handling from the big Lucid prop in Caden Kivit. Quicker ball now. The Valke looking to punch holes in this defense. Into Pierre Rabi. And he's lost it forward here. And all that momentum that they tried to build here, the Valke, they couldn't make it count. Referee Lottering said it was ripped in the tackle fairly. Clearing their lines here, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. You don't want to kick to this man, Bembe Bai. Working well with Ilunga Mukendi. Now, Kivit again. Instrumental in this long passage of play.
Use 9.
Rabi trying to find some ingenuity in the attacking play here. The Valke chop tackle on Dirk Lawrence, and there were men over that ball, but good clean out enough and on time from the Valke. Work the short side with Mukendi coming across from the left wing, but taken away from Urlich Stander. Now a chance for the counter attack from the home side. Nathan Mailholm. Again, they send the kick downfield. It won't find touch in this long passage of play. He looked to kick first, was Adrian Joubert, but decided to tack it forward with ball in hand. Rabi again.
No, it's 9.
This is lung busting, Leila Arison. Stamper. Enterprising start to this Carling Currie Cup First Division final. Change of tactics now from the Valke with Luciano Elias sending the box kick high. Only as far as Ulrich Wahl. Now Gunther Janssen van Vieren.
Stop, you're in front. Stop, 3.
Pretorius hasn't found touch on a number of these kicks.
We're going into almost 4.5 minutes of phase play at the moment. Pila is ball in hand. Both teams are really, really eager to attack.
February. A lot of the play also, Leda Arison, is between the middle of the field. Box kick from Elias, and a good contest in the air. Eventually falls for Rene Lucas, but there were men impeding him, and the first penalty of the match goes to the home side.
Yeah, and we speak about the ball in play, and that's some of the incredible work that we've seen throughout this Currie Cup First Division. The eagerness to want to attack, the eagerness to want to keep ball in hand, to try, you know, look for opportunities and look for holes in the defense of the other play. You can see early on from the Valke, they're just trying to stretch it width to width. They're trying to stretch the defense of this Dotsure SWD Eagles, but this is just where the penalty comes in. High tackle. It's a first ball opportunity, first set piece opportunity for the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Right to the tail of the line out from Janus Venter.
Get out now. 2 out.
Change of laws also means that this rolling maul becomes an effective set piece again. One that teams can look as an attacking weapon. Venter still has possession at the back of that maul, which is still moving forward. Referee Lottering happy that it's still moving forward. Now from Staalmeester. Hendrik Stemmet now lending his weight to proceedings. Venter with another carry. Same side goes the home side. Looking also to get an attacking play for the first time in this final. Staalmeester finds Karel Dupree, the captain. Victorious. Working off his wing was Roscoe Seister. Helping out at halfback was Ulrich Wahl. Staalmeester's back on his feet. Big carry from Matthew Gray, and the arm is out for an advantage for not rolling away from Lottering. Now they spread it. Seister breaking tackles and getting good go forward for the home side. Lovely drop pass from Staalmeester. Some momentum now in the play of the home side. Good tackle on Venter. Pretorius wants it. Now they can stretch it. Lovely hands. It's the Dotsure SWD Eagles who draw first blood in this Carling Currie Cup final. That is Neil Bierkus with the crucial opening score.
Yeah, that was really well worked from the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Finishing off a long passage of play. They change the angles of the attack, and then they really are flat on that line so that they're first to receive the ball. But what they do is they create and generate so much energy heading into that defensive line. And then when they swing the ball the other way, they get into their shape really, really early on, which immediately exposes the width of the defense of the Valke, created those numbers on the outside, and an easy run and try for Neil Bierkus. That's the way that the Dotsure SWD Eagles would have wanted to start.
Du Toit, it's a pure strike from out wide. What a start to this Carling Currie Cup First Division final for the home side, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. They lead by 7 points to 0.
This is, watch all the players working off the ball. They're creating different options for Devon Du Toit to play to. Taking up the line was Ulrich Wahl, which sucked in those two defenders. Unfortunately, Elias can't get around the corner. They still had two more players, and Neil Bierkus, well, he's not going to get stopped within those 5 meters. That's what they've done really well, the Dotsure SWD Eagles, throughout this tournament. They've created players running off the balls, which creates different pictures for the defenders to have to look at the same time. You have to make the right decision defensively, and unfortunately just caught flat-footed there, the Valke.
Break in play now because of the injury treatment to the try scorer, in fact, in Neil Bierkus. The orchestrating of play between Swartboy and Du Toit. So beautiful to watch, and it's giving them so many options on attack. As you say, Leila Arison. Restart is deep. Good chop tackle on Hendrik Stemmet. Swartboy. Bierkus, lovely hands.
Stop.
kick from Ulrich Wahl is straight down the middle of the park. Now Mbembe Pai. Good tackle on him. Lovely hands again. Now they can hit back. Lunga Mukendi on the left wing brings it back. Good hands again from the Valke. Showing some ingenuity here through Zander van der Merwe. Now quicker ball. Trying to punch a hole and put players in gaps. As Sergio Stalmeester, hands on the ball from the Dotsure SWD Eagles, and they win a crucial penalty.
Yeah, probably really lucky to get away with that one, Ulrich Wahl. We spoke about it at the beginning. Receive the kickoff, set your lines, clear your lines early, get into the touch. And then Ulrich Wahl kicks that ball straight down the middle of the park, gave the Valke 2 options to attack from. Needed to release that ball a lot earlier on because you had Adrian Joubert on the outside who was just standing unmarked. And this is where that turnover comes in. No one there, not enough protection over that ball. Had 2 players almost just hovering there watching Ulrich Wahl come over. First to it, strong to it, good body position.
Janos Venter, successful with his first throw, successful with his second one. Swartboy du Toit in midfield. Goes Hendrik Stemmet. Another penalty.
Number 8.
A second one in a row now for the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
For the Valke, it's going to be about discipline, right? In your own half, you don't want to give them easy entries into the 22. They were really clinical against the Leopards last week. When they got into that 22, they made those opportunities count. They've got the boot of Devon du Toit, who will go to post if he needs to. But more often than not, they look for that set-piece opportunity. We've seen what Johannes Venter can do. He's really accurate. And this is just where the penalty comes from. Off their feet. Not rolling away, trying to get over the ball, trying to slow down the ball at breakdown time. The Valke, you got to roll, you got to get out the way.
Caleb, front is yours, yeah?
Massive boot of Devon du Toit has taken the Dotsure SWD Eagles right into an attacking zone here. Venter with yet another successful throw at line-out time. Now they can rumble their way forward here at the home side, and it's gathering momentum. The whole of George joins in, and it's still going forward. Who will come up with this? They're up over the line, and they score again. Janos Venter, the man who comes up with the second score for the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Yeah, he scored a hat-trick last week in that semi-final, and it's because of that rolling maul. Such a strike weapon that the Dotsure SWD Eagles have. They set it up really well. The body position immediately is so good. Really low in, they can penetrate the defense of the Valke. And as soon as they start getting numbers in, as soon as it starts rumbling, it's really hard to stop. But it's all well orchestrated. You can't set up a rolling maul if you don't get a good throw. And the man that gets that good throw gets the try, and well deserved.
Du Toit this time pulls it to the left of the post, so unconverted try, but this is a strong start to this Carling Currie Cup First Division final.
Yeah, it's just a good hit. It's good body position. You can see wingers get in, scrum halves all start joining in. It's plenty of players, plenty of numbers, plenty of momentum. And try line is his to take, Johannes Venter.
Whole of George joined in there, didn't they?
Yeah, the 16th man in a final is so important. Have to strike next, the Valke, you feel.
Stalmeester hangs it quite high, gives an opportunity for the Valke to get underneath and win the ball back from the restart. Elias February, Stalmeester. Shone a lot on attack. They've had a lot of the ball, the Valke, but they haven't made enough use of it at the moment. Advantage for the first penalty for the Valke. February, and they try to work the pass around the back on Sergio Stalmeester, but they had an advantage for their first penalty.
And you hear the call coming in, kill, kill, kill. It's because what they're trying to do from the Dotsure SWD Eagle side is to slow that ball down at breakdown time. So they're making it messy. They're not making it easy for the Valke to get that ball out really easy. So Luciano Ilias, he's so dangerous when he gets quick ball and he's able to recycle it. And they've read that really, really well. Just discipline letting them down there that time. Huge opportunity. Just where it comes from. Make the double hit, so you have to roll out of the way, and it looks like it is Evan Kutsia who just gets caught and pinned under the legs.
Rabi finds February and a decent sack
Tackle now, no hands,
from
no hands.
the home side.
Advantage for not rolling away.
They have another advantage here, the Valke. Stamper brings it forward. And they'll go back
Not rolling away.
for that infringement.
Clear breakaway. Ball was in front, needs to roll before jackal.
They've got plenty of poachers in this Dotsure SWD Eagle side. They have to become aware of that too, the Valke. As soon as that player hits the contact area, you've got to have a support player running on his shoulder. This is again just not rolling away. So they sacked that maul really well. The ball got to the front, and then in that tackle, just unable to get away.
Second opportunity for Pierre Rabi and the Valke to use this good field position that they find themselves in. It's an attacking line-out for the men from Kempton Park. Up goes Dirk Lawrence.
Get your hands off the ground, hands off the ground.
Now they can work the ball forward. And it's gathering some momentum here with Kananungu in possession in the middle of that maul.
Once.
Good defense so far from the Dotsure SWD Eagles. It's still moving forward though from the Valke. The possession has shifted from Kananungu. Pops out for Elias. Now Bembe Pai, the man born just down the road in Kamecha, hits back for the Valke.
Huge opportunity. We said they needed a strike next, and Pai obliges. Great defense at maul time from the Dotsure SWD Eagles, and Luciano Ilias, look what he does. He keeps ball in two hands, which just commits 2-3 defenders to watch him because they know he's got that strong right foot boot that can step back onto the inside. And Pai, on a brilliant angled run, comes in, finds a soft shoulder and heads under the posts. It's going to be an easy kick for Stolmeister to take, but that's just good awareness from the scrum half. Keep ball in two hands, keep looking. And then you got a brilliant fullback who just runs on an incredible angle.
Well, the gap has been halved. Excellent. It just keeps the defenders honest there, Leila. And Bembe Pai is so lethal when he has space to operate in. It's a crucial score. The Dotsure SWD Eagles lead by 12 points to 7.
And he called for it early. He kept on the drift. He kept shifting out, and at the last minute straightened his shoulders, and that it was too late for the defender to adjust to him to head straight under those posts.
We've got a final on our hands. Restart from Divan de Toy. It's knocked backwards from Joubert. And the clean-up work from Dirk Lawrence, but there's men over the ball.
It's just the reaction time from Valke. Ball's gone long. They've allowed it to bounce. Had to get cleaned up by Dirk Lawrence. He does that, and then the support run is just not there in time. You had all those chasers from the SWD Eagles get over. Mshali, one of those. He's got all that sevens experience. Gets over, stays strong. On the ball immediately, and what a win.
So crucial, that part of play, not sweeping up. Now there's an opportunity for the Dotsure SWD Eagles. The little man, a poacher. It's Xavier Swartboy. And after putting points at the other end, the Valke concede almost immediately to Xavier Swartboy.
It's just inaccuracy. Dotsure SWD Eagles not as clean as they would have wanted it. You had a man that was just trailing, just watching play go by, not aware of what needed to happen. Shot out the line, did Pierre Robbie. Needed to gather that ball, ball gone loose. If you don't gather it, now he's already overshot. And Xavier Swartboy, there is no way he should have been allowed to make that try and get over the line. But when opportunity comes knocking, you've got to take it.
Dutoy missed with his earlier conversion, but he's made it 2 from 3. And the Dotsure SW Eagles extend their lead back up again by 19 points to 7 over the Valke.
You want the penalty or the try? You want the try? 100%.
Went through so many tackles there. Xavier Swartboy had no right to get through so many bodies.
Yes, on the 9.
Stalmeester right down the center of the field. And an easy opportunity for the Dotsure SWD Eagles to clear away from their 22, but Bembe Pai brings it forward again for the Valke. Stamper. He's gone a little bit high in his carry, but he's got it back down. Now Adrian Joubert trying to find weak shoulders.
Now 9. Thank you.
Stalmeester acting in the place of Elias, who's back on his feet. Now for Pai. Good chop tackle on him.
And we spoke about the slippery conditions. That eventually will start kicking up here at Outeniqua Park. Unfortunately, this day for Michali Stamper, the captain. They're looking to start building again, just looking to go through the phases a little bit. Stamper takes it in. And then just as you want to look to place the ball backwards, just losing that. Almost got to hit the ground first and then turn and place before, instead of trying to make it one full movement, got more control over the ball in that way too.
Shoulders out, break foot.
Courageous tackle though from the little scrum half in Xavier Swartboy. He went straight down on the floor to be able to take down the man that's twice his side in Michali Stamper.
9. 6.
The first scrum of this Carling Currie Cup final. It's a messy one, but it's right at the back. So referee Lottering says it's okay to bring it forward from Hendrik Stemmet. Another captain in Karel Dupree. Swartboy
SWD.
Dutoy with a clearance right down the middle of the park. Bembe Pai has seen a lot of the ball. Speculative pass there to Adrian Joubert, who does well to bring it under control. Stamper down the short side to try and create a better angle here for the Valke.
Stop, step.
Elias. Stalmeester, Rabi through the back. Now February. Just going a little bit laterally, but work from Tiens Pretorius
No
to
5.
straighten the play. Elias.
Step
For Joubert. Sander van der Merwe. Lateral again from the Valke. They're playing right in the same sort of zones. Quicker ball though from Stalmeester, who puts the kick through. Now Mukendi can stretch his legs. Good gather from Ilunga Mukendi. Momentum now for the Valke. They need somebody to clear that ball.
Advantage playing the 9.
Bayi is there. Kananungu. Stalmeester with the kick pass. I don't think anybody's there. There is though.
Advantage.
And good work, but they were under advantage, the Valke. And out of nowhere,
That's it, go.
when they looked like they were playing laterally, that kick from Stalmeester found them space.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You've got defensive giants and the Dotsure SWD Eagles who don't mind putting shoulders on bodies.
Number 10 playing the 9. No, number 10 is playing the 9.
But
Come off.
what you need to do, though, is you got to show the defense a different picture, and that's what the Valke did. A little chip on the boot from Stalmeester, who he knew he's got Mukendi's pace on the outside. Just makes the defense guess a little bit. And you've got those kind of players who are willing to try and take those opportunities. I mean, talk about the work from Kano February to stay on Mukendi's shoulder. And then Devan Dotoy just conceding that penalty. So Dotoy in the number 10 jersey, he comes back on the right side, he goes for that counter, then he goes off his feet, so now he's got to bail out of it, continues to drive through. You don't have to have the 9 on your back to be regarded the 9, you just need to be at the back of the ruck. And so when he plays pie, immediately that's what the penalty will be for. You cannot play the 9 within about a meter and a half radius of that breakdown.
Medical attention required now for Xavier Swartboy. They are entertained. It's been thrilling this start. 25 minutes in, and the Dotsure SWD Eagles lead by 19 points to 7. 3 tries to 1. It's a nice night to come and watch some finals footy.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, if the Valke score now and they concede, we truly are in for something.
A 22-meter entry in which they hope to come back with points again. February brings it down nicely. The Mole defense is strong from the home side. Now the second shove potentially coming from the Valke. They may have to clear it if it doesn't go any forward here. Sailing a Stradom with a good carry. A little bit high in that pick and go carry. Now the Valke. Kananungu.
All backwards. All backwards.
He's lost it backwards, says referee Lottering, and he spotted, though, that it might have gone forward, and sturdy defense from the home side.
And the difference is, when the Dotsure SWD Eagles get into the 22-meter, they make a count, they put points on the board. At the moment, the Valke are just their own worst enemy. You need a couple of runners on ball. If you're going to try and keep it tight, then you've got to keep that ball safe. You've got to tuck it. You've got to go. You've got to keep a low body position. You've got to drive the legs through contact. At the moment, the Dotsure SWD Eagles, they're making their hits, and they're driving the Valke backwards. So they're making the positive hits, and then they have to recover.
Does that make sense? So please.
They've got such
Yeah, let's go.
incredible players in the back line, the Valke. You almost feel they just need to pull that trigger a little bit earlier on. They've shown that they can find gaps when they get it into the hands of Stradom and Pretorius.
Especially if you've got a man who's got pace to burn in Ilunga Mukendi and Bembe Pai, who's been full of running in the opening 27 minutes of this Carling Currie Cup final.
Let's set up. Let's go. Here we go.
I mean, if you just want to have any idea of how cold it is at Outeniqua Park, just take a look at, I mean, the temperature that's being exuberated off the players at the moment. Have you ever seen steam come off players?
Oh, it's definitely steamy.
Bye.
Second scrum. Short arm free kick
Head battle. Head battle.
for pulling out of the scrum. It's been pinged here as Blaine Golden, another man that has come through the Varsity Cup system in this country. Good clearance from Devan Dotoy. It's efficient though from the Dotsure SWD Eagles, Leila, in how they operate, especially when they find themselves under pressure in these kind of situations. They're able to get out of it almost at ease.
You can almost understand why Blaine Golden was frustrated there. He said Nathan Malon was changing where he's putting his head, and he was completely right.
Down for Elias, who's hit a gap here, needed to have somebody on his shoulder for the airfloat. Quick ball from Stamper. Stalmeester. Zelinger Stradom is wrapped up in a good tackle. Elias. Stamper is leading from the front with some crucial carries here. Piarabi lost a little bit of real estate here after that break from Elias. Now Zillinger Stradum can straighten the play. Probably can't do that, yeah. He was in front of his lock partner there, was Dirk Lawrence. And an accidental obstruction brings an end to a promising play from the Valke.
Need more accuracy.
I just think he
The
got it wrong.
Valke. Oh, we're pulling their hair out. I mean, what a break from Luciano Elias, and then you can just see Dirk Lawrence overrunning the man with the ball. Michali Stamper, his lock pair. That's why it's not a full-on penalty. It's just the free kick penalty, or rather the scrum option.
Keep that. Keep that.
The accidental offside was,
No head battle.
or
Going
accidental
to his
obstruction rather. That was the call from the referee.
I want full stability.
He's trying to latch. He was trying to be the support runner as Stamper goes into contact.
Crouch.
Yeah, but they need to be more accurate, the Valke.
Five.
They're trailing on the scoreboard. They need points when they get there.
Sit.
It's probably something that JP Himmelman, the head coach, will be trying to enforce at halftime. Out the back, and it's messy though from the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Cleaned up by Roscoe Seister. Bring it forward here. Ulrich Stander. De Toy.
Stop.
Ulrich Val this time. Might have overcooked it.
Watch the ball. Still
They
alive.
have to
Still
go
alive.
back
Watch the ball.
all the way to the 22. Now they can go quickly. The Valke through Adrian Juppé.
Advantage.
Pierre
Number
Rabi.
12 offside.
They caught everybody napping the Valke. Now Kano February.
Yeah, I got it. 3.
Elias.
It's all back.
All backwards though from Caden Kiewit, who was trying the back pass. Sander van der Merwe. Blaine Golden, the tight head prop. They have an advantage here, the Valke. Elias taken, but they were always playing under an
Number 3.
advantage.
Never
Sustained
onside.
period of pressure though from the Valke, and they'll hope they'll convert from this opportunity.
I mean, talk about the awareness from Adrian Joubert to play that quickly. The back three linking up really, really well there. Then you got to look at the cover defense, the awareness of the Dotsure SWD Eagles to turn around and make that tap. It looked like Pretorius was in for all money.
The discipline, okay?
And then it was Gunther Janssen van Vieren that was just caught offside, trying to retreat. And then he made that hit and then overshot at the bottom of that breakdown.
Captain, stop. Captain.
And this is what we speak about when we say accuracy, right? They've got sustained pressure.
12 offside. That's I'd rather. Okay, just give me the right
Well,
mark.
so they had 2 offside opportunities, one against Gunther Janssen van Vieren and then one against Neil Beekers.
Number 12, never onside.
Have to make it count.
Interesting the decision though here. I thought they
Sorry, I thought you tapped it.
wanted to probably tap it, and that's what referee Lottering also anticipated from the Valke, but Bembe Pai just nudges it into touch to set up the set piece. Pierre Rabi has Kano February to aim for, and it's messy from the Valke. Turnover ball. Swart Boy to Toy. It's a good enough clearance, but just outside the 22-meter area of the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
You just got to keep it simple. If you're the Valke, it's wet. The rain's starting to come down. There's no need to try and go for the back ball. Go to the front, set up that rolling maul that's worked.
Against the throw again from Pierre Rabi.
7, out, out.
He's missed on 2 consecutive occasions the intended jumper. Swartboy is digging it out. It's fierce, this contest. Ulrich Stander
Taken back.
taken back into the 22, so Divan du Toit can't kick it directly into touch. Bembe Pai has let it bounce, and it's a good chase from Seister and company. Joubert does well to evade the first tackle.
Step here.
A good mop-up job from Adrian Joubert. February. This is competitive stuff. The kick pass finds a really good option here in Zander van der Merwe, ranging on the right wing. Stalmeester with a raking cross kick. He's got it under control though, is Ulrich Wahl. Not a lot of distance in that Gary Owen, but he can get it back.
Advantage, knock on.
He's lost it forward. Here come the Valke Mukendi. No, it's Bembe Pai. The pass perhaps a little bit strong from Elias.
Knock on into touch.
He just need a much more forgiving pass over there. Elias would have seen that the man is on his shoulder. There was no need for that spin pass. You literally just send it on. It's a small tap. It's just a bit of a push. Pai's got the pace on the outside. Ulrich Wahl had to go. He had to put everyone on side. I'm not sure if the Dotsure SWD Eagles were out of that 10-meter radius, which could have been a penalty too, or knocked backwards.
That's the
And
message.
take a look at that. Elias gets the break on the outside. It's the second good break that he's had in this game. Then just that unforgiving pass on the outside. Pai would have backed himself, put his ears back, and he would have headed straight to that corner.
Inaccuracy plaguing Valke at the moment.
Guys,
Had
better stability on
their
set.
fair
Okay?
share of opportunities
Better
to
stability on set.
draw close on the scoreboard with just 4 minutes remaining in this first half, in a competitive first half as well.
Yeah, they've dropped a couple of pin locations in the half of the Dotsure SWD Eagles, but they're just unable to make it count at the moment. And head coach JP Immelman, I think that will be the main message: is we're there, we've been there, we need the points.
Sit. Break foot. Luca,
Lack
break foot.
of a break foot from the Valke. Get pinged again at scrum time. This time again it's a short-term penalty to the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Divan du Toit sends it high into the guarded root sky. Stalmeester with the left foot sends it down the middle of the pitch, finds his opposite number, Divan du Toit. Lunga Mukendi, lots of instructions that he should kick it long, but a predator like that probably doesn't want to give away possession. Now blame Golden. Elias Stalmeester. A little bit too deep, taken comfortably by Rene Lucas. And a good competitiveness on the ground. Their first penalty at breakdown time for the Valke.
First man, number 12,
Yeah.
on the ball.
It's clear what the Dotsure SWD Eagles are doing. It's what they've been doing throughout this first half. They send plenty of poachers in. They slow that ball down. This time, the Valke get the penalty. Learning from what the Dotsure SWD Eagles have done. Found the man isolated at the bottom of that breakdown.
Great wing play also from Adrian Joubert. The chase was good. Didn't give
Open up, please.
Rene Lucas an opportunity to get away from that first tackle. Then Zelinga Stradum strong on the ball. Simpler.
Advantage, collapsing the support.
Now
number 4.
Kurenungu's broken through the middle of that line out. Elias, golden opportunity with just a few minutes left in this first half for the Valke.
On the line.
Elias looking left, looking right. Blaine Golden undecided, but hangs on to it. Elias out the back door. Bembe Pai, and they've messed it up, but under advantage with the Valke.
Number 4, collapsing the supporter.
I think the question for the Valke will be how many penalties do the Dotsure SWD Eagles need to give away in this area before they get a team warning.
Time off.
Just as we say that,
Every time we get here, there's infringement by a team. Okay. I need you to up the discipline, please.
Yes.
It's number 4.
Bit of discipline.
Thank you.
It's the late set.
Yes. No, collapsing the supporter.
Seconds.
Yes.
Clear. The message from Jonathan Lottering, the referee.
Are you ready?
Better discipline in the red zone for the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Or we might see some cards for the first time in this Carling Currie Cup First Division final.
Number 4, collapsing the supporter.
They call this the potential Gordon Tidgeon score. Score just before the half and score just after the restart. And this is a golden one for the Valke.
yeah, so you can see that maul trying to be set up and then just coming in from the side. Plenty of players, nobody even trying to get to the front of the mouth of that rolling maul
More.
from the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Now another opportunity.
Used once.
All set.
Who is it?
First stop, and they've been asked to use it here. And they've come through the middle here, have the SWD Eagles. Elias does well to rip it free.
Sorry? Can't hear you.
The defense is good and solid so far from the home side. Dirk Lawrence. Now Van der Merwe. Pierre Rabi. It's attritional. Stamper. They're content to keep it tight at the moment. Time is up on the clock in this first half. Now Kananungu can bring it forward. Pierre Rabi. Golden defending for all their might here, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Wide they go now, the Valke. Pretorius. Good tackle from his opposite number. Quicker ball needed. Kano February trying to catch them napping is
Advantage, number 8 on the
Zander van der
ground,
Merwe.
making
They
a
have
tackle.
an advantage, the
Yes.
Valke. Kananungu with Stamper on his back. February, crucial score this. It'll give the Valke so much hope going into the halftime break. The defense
Number 2,
holds.
not rolling.
Another advantage for the Valke. Elias Mukendi drops it short for Zillinger Stradum, and that's the score that they wanted, the Valke going
Number 2.
into halftime. And potentially a card
Number 2, not
might
running
be
away.
brandished
Multiple penalties.
by the referee, but Zillinger Stradum is on for a crucial score for the Valke.
Patience, patience, patience. Plenty of penalties, and that's why Johannes Venter's got the yellow card. So he will get 10 minutes. In those first 10 minutes of the second half, the Dotsure SWD Eagles will be playing with 14 men. But what an opportunity for the Valke. Broke down the defense using the forwards and then pulled the trigger. We said they needed to do that. And when they do, they've got incredible players who can cut up the middle and carve open the defense of the Valke. We've definitely got a game on our hands for the next 40.
What a final we've seen here at Outeniqua Park in George. At halftime in the Carling Currie Cup First Division final, it's the Dotsure SWD Eagles who lead by 19 points to 14 at halftime. What a final we have on our hands in the Carling Currie Cup First Division final, coming to you live from the Outeniqua Park in George. A first 40 minutes filled with so much action. Layla Artisan, what a start for the home side, the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Yeah, they just know how to turn pressure into points, this home side. Every single time they get an opportunity, they look to expose the width, but this is their real weapon. Coming off a set piece, Johannes Venter does really, really well. He's really accurate at maul time, and when he gets to the back of that maul, it's really, really hard to stop him. But Pai's been brilliant for Valke.
And they haven't gone away here, the Valke. They were shell-shocked with those first two scores from the Dotsure SWD Eagles, and then they hit back. But this side knows how to play rugby at their own park. A small nuggety Xavier Swartboy bustling his way through the tackles to score the third. And then on the stroke of half-time, it was Zillinger Stradom who put on a really, really good score for the Valke to narrow the gap at half-time to 19 points to 14. And we're in for a very big last 40 minutes of this Carling Currie Cup First Division final.
Oh, it's going to be tight. You know, this entire match has kind of felt like a boxing match, blow for blow, on point for point. You just have to feel, though, that the Valke need to be more accurate in the second half. They do a lot of the camping in the Dotsure SWD Eagles half that they can't turn into points. They've got multiple penalties too. You kind of would have felt maybe at some point in time, go to post, take those 3 points. You still have so much time to play. Luckily it came off for them and they were able to get that try at the end. Had it not worked out for them, you know, that would kind of be the thinking. So the thinking will be, at one point in time, you know, do you start playing for points? Do you start looking for that, you know, scoreboard pressure? They have to watch their discipline though, because any singular opportunity that this home side gets inside that 22, they immediately look for that maul, they look for that set piece opportunity, and they punish you. They've got big forwards that get over the gain line with plenty of meterage on their sides. First time tackles maybe slipping off from the Valke, which just allows them to get over. But absolutely 40 minutes of incredible rugby on ways, and I can't wait to see who gets to lift that cup.
Valke out very early for the start of the second 40 minutes, eager. And, both coaching staffs would have relayed some important messages during that halftime break. Underway for the second and final 40 minutes of the Carling Currie Cup First Division season. Long restart from Divan du Toit. Elias finds Sander van der Merwe. Probably an area that they haven't done well in. A clean exit in that first half. It's good enough. Here comes Ulrich Wahl. Wrapped up in a good tackle though from the Valke. Big tackle on Ivan Kutsia. That passes to no one, but cleaned up by one of the first half try scorers, Neil Bierkes. Du Toit. Wahl is caught by Caden Kiewit. A little dink over the top, but well read by Stalmeester. And he's found a really good angle to press the Dotsure SWD Eagles a little bit closer to that touch line, but it's a good boot that Divan du Toit possesses. Finds touch easily.
What a territorial gain for the Valke though. Restart, and then they just kind of had to get back into their shape. Couple of opportunities. Swartboy went through that little dink over the top. More opportunity. We said they were the last to score in that first half. Can they be the first to score in the second half? It's 15 plays, 14. Remember, Johannes Venter off with that yellow card.
Pierre Rabi finds Kenu February. Kick is not as good as he would have wanted, Stalmeester, but good work from Ilunga Mukendi to get it under control and back on the Valke side. Zillinger Stradom finds Blaine Golden, who's trapped, and men over the top of the ball from the Dotsure SWD Eagles to win the first penalty of this second 40 minutes.
And it was just a slip from Golden. Had to regather, but again, that reaction time. Not quick enough to get there, Kano February. But again, quickest to get there, Matthew Gray. Former Marty's captain, Matty Gray.
What a kick that from Divan Tutoy. He's put them right in the striking zone here to potentially add the first points of the second half. Yeah, there's that slip from Blaine Golden, and then so much pressure that you under.
There's 4 Valke players around Blaine Golden as he went to ground, just nobody committing, putting a shoulder on him to try and protect that ball. Looks like actually Stemmett's going to be throwing in at line-out time.
Not straight.
Good compete
Not
from the
shoulder, and there was
Valke.
contest.
The contest is good, so
Scrum or line out.
Stemmett, his first throw at line-out time is not accurate.
Let's go, gents. There's some up.
Of course, deputizing for
Stay straight.
the carded Janus Venter,
Keep your shoulder out.
who was shown his marching orders late in that first 40 minutes. The stoppage in play also gives the Dotsure SWD Eagles an opportunity to bring on the replacement hooker in Tian Trotske.
You can clearly see who's been sitting on the bench and who's been playing.
Crouch!
First scrum of the second 40 minutes.
Sit!
In from Elias. Sealing a Stradum with a strong run. And through the tackle of Divan Dutoy. Stalmeester. Matran Joubert is after this one, and he might regain possession. No, he can't. Good work from Ulrich Val to rescue a potentially dangerous situation. Ivan Kutsia. First involvement for Drotsky. And it's about territory with a man down in the bin for the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
And that's a clear change of tactic from the Dotsure SWD Eagles to Xavier Swartboy. We didn't see him put any boot to ball in the first 40. We've already seen 2 in this first 5 minutes. So they're just trying to keep the Valke pinned back inside their own 22. Adrian Joubert almost getting under that, just slipping.
Okay, time off just for the boot. Time off. He's clearly putting on his boot.
Yeah, so just a lost boot there
Time
in the
back on.
middle of the field, which just caused the momentary stop and play.
Pierabi. Not accurate. Turnover ball now at line-out time. Drotsky gets it under control for a good run from Hendrik Stemmet. Drotsky heavily involved since coming on. Swartboy, Dutoy evading tacklers, but Stamper wraps him up in a good tackle. Swartboy for Matthew Gray. Lending his weight now is Evan Kutsia. Swartboy goes the other side. Now Seister. Is that high? They're asking the question. Referee Lottering says no. Swartboy trying to find some weak shoulders and potentially find a hole in this Valke defense. Seister deputizing at scrum half. Difficult man to put down. Ball was a little bit messy there for the Dotsure SWD Eagles, but rumbling forward is Gunther Janse van Vieren. Quick ball. 14 men. Dotsure SWD Eagles have the first points of the second half. And it belongs to the man in the 15 jersey in Ulrich Val.
Sustained pressure from the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Again, they really are wise to when to go out the back and when to go wide. Quick ball, Xavier Swartboy did well to pick it up around his bootlaces. Did Devon de Toy, steps back onto the inside, checks 4 defenders in that. Just needed to go, just needed to keep committing onto the outside. There was already a player around Devon de Toy's legs. And just because those 4 got caught, that created the space on the outside, unable to recover the Valke. And Ulrich Val will just need a straighten. Valke know that they needed a score first in the second half, and they've just let that one slip.
De Toy. He missed 1 in the second half, but since then he's been right on the money. 26 points to 14, the Dotsure SWD Eagles lead in this Carling Currie Cup First Division final.
And because Devon de Toy checked so many players, they all were looking at him. They were ball watching, nobody watching the movement behind the ball. Not enough players watching the attackers that are running. Just caught, yeah, just ball watching. You get ruck watching, you get ball watching. Nobody watching the defender, or rather the attacker.
Some crucial carries also in the build-up to that try. Tian Trotsky on a number of occasions getting some crucial touches and meters forward. And so's that man in Hendrik Stemmet. Swartboy, they're keen on running this from their own 22-meter area. Masandem Charlie.
Both players down.
Swartboy. They're full of confidence now, the try scorer, Ulrich Val. Coming against the grain comes Hendrik Stemmet. Swartboy, de Toy, Crossville speculative kick. And it's a fairly decent one for the home side.
Yeah, it's just good heads-up play from the number 10, realizing that Mbembe Pai was out of position, spotted acres of space. Probably lucky that that ball bounced and rolled out into touch because of the wet ground and the wet foot, but you can't take away the decision-making from Devon de Toy. He realizes they don't need to play inside their own half. You can try once, maybe try twice. If it doesn't work, just put it to boot.
It's been a troublesome area line-out time for the Valke. It's already missed one in this second half. Rabi fortuitous on that occasion to get it back because of the knock-on from the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Come back for the knock-on.
They'll go back for that knock-on.
Yeah, the line-out time has just been well read by the forward pack of the SWD Eagles. Clearly something they've done their research on. They know the calls. You can see they're always watching. And so what they've done really well is they actually beat the jumper of the Valke on the floor before they send their man up. So they've already won that battle. But just that double knock-on, which brings us back for the scrum.
Stay up. Better. Stay up. Stay square.
Gotta dot your I's and cross your T's when you prepare for a Carling Currie Cup First Division final. I'm sure SWD Eagles have done just that.
Bind.
This time this free kick goes to the side of the Valke at scrum time. Stalmeesters has his kick charge down. Possession won back now from the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Du Toy back against the grain. Swartboy, good hands that from Nathan Melhorn. Swartboy, opportunity to strike again, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Du Toy, Val puts in a stabbed kick and good patience from Luciano Elias to make sure that ball crosses the goal line to dot it down.
Yeah, but he was under all sorts of pressure there. he needed to do really well to use the full surface area of his body to make sure he gets that ball down. Good awareness again, just pinning them back from Ulrich Val. But you have to come back to that charge down kick from Stalmeester, because the pass had already been made. Therefore, Ulrich, or rather Stalmeester, had received the ball. He was running forward, so there's no offside line. It's just allowed the defense to be able to get up and get in those spaces. Better decision needs to be made earlier on. And that's just put them in this position where they are under pressure. But some fresh legs on the park for the Valke now.
It's a ragdoll kick from Stalmeester. Not a man you want to give a lot of space to. Swartboy. Dink over the top from Dutoy. There's a lot of space, and they're up with Charlie. If he could have regathered, he was in for all money.
Choice, Cramo 22.
Look,
22.
that man's already played in HSBC 7's final. Masande Charlie. He would have backed his pace to get there. I mean, just the unkind bounce of a rugby ball sometimes. But it's a good option. You had 3 strong runners on the inside too. The Valke have to be smart about the way they play 15 on 14.
Better connection this time from the boot of Stalmeester. Taken play over the halfway line, brought back by Ulrich Val. Swartboy, Dutoy. Spotted potentially a mismatch, did Neil Bierkes. Now Matty Gray. Yeah, right in front of the referee, that pass from Dutoy to try and find the man looking for work in Roscoe Seister.
He's dangerous. You put him into a little bit of a gap like that, he would back himself to be away. He's such a nuggety little runner as Roscoe Seister. Just the connection between him and Xavier Swartboy, just not there, and that ball drifting ever forward. Valke need a good set here though. They need a good launch play too. Pull one out of the playbook. You've definitely trained this throughout the week. You get a scrum just right of the upright. Where do you go with it? Rather, we thought it was Xavier Swartboy. It was Devin Dutoy who gave that forward pass to Roscoe Seister.
Crouch.
Change at scrum time for at scrum half rather for the Valke. Liam Kloosman is in on jersey number 21. Good scrum this from the home side, and they win the penalty. You can hear from the screams how much that meant to this Dotsure SWD Eagles pack.
And then the question will be, when does Nanto, Seteni and Jeffrey make their way the new front row for this Valke side? I mean, that first shove, patient, made the hit, and then it was just rumbling through, popping up immediately where the Valke.
How's that ball?
Dutoy's boot has taken play just outside the Valke 22-meter area. And another opportunity here, Leila Harrison, for the home side to stretch away on the scoreboard. 26 points to 14. One back messily though from Matty Gray. And Kloosman, I think it was, who got a hand on that to give the knock-on advantage to the home side. We're trying to wrestle back the momentum that they've lost a little bit. Stem it.
Advantage, never onside, number 8.
Now a penalty advantage for the Dotsure SWD
That's
Eagles.
Number 8, never onside.
Yeah, the Valke just need to
Number 8.
pull tight together now. They need calm, cool heads. At the moment, their own unforced errors just being their own worst enemy. And that's all you need to do in a final. Don't need to go. You can see you don't have your starting hooker on. Clearly, Tian Drotsky is saying he backs himself to rather be a lifter in the line-out. And so when you get the penalty in kickable range, take some time off the clock, and Devon du Toit will say, I'll do exactly that. If I don't get the points, at least I've taken 45 seconds, a minute off the clock.
Du Toit, it's a sweet strike. And the flags are raised. Dotsure SWD Eagles stretch further away from the Valke on the scoreboard in this Carling Currie Cup First Division final.
Thanks.
Finals footy. Forces now the Valke to make 2 scores to wrestle back the lead. Shallow restart from Stalmeester, but good work from the home side to get possession back. Swartboy finds grass importantly. Now Stalmeester taking his time to clear his lines. All the way to Ulrich Val. A bit of aerial ping pong at the moment. Here comes Mbembe Pai, who's lost it forward. And he's under pressure from Ulrich Val, who's won it back on the ground. Possession back with the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Now the kick from Roscoe Seister. Turning Adrian Joubert. Kloosman. Good take from his opposite number, Xavier Swartboy. Still possession though with the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Nathan Milhorn. Seister deputizing at scrum off. Now Val. Tactically they've been brilliant since coming back from the halftime break, the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
And the messages were clear. Put it to our boot. Make it a messy game. They understand that it's scrappy. They understand that it's wet.
From both teams.
And we were asking when these subs were going to be made, and here they are. The full front row for the Valke being replaced. All coming onto the park. They've seen what's happening at scrum time. So just putting a couple of those fresh legs on just to potentially wrestle back a bit of momentum at that specific set piece, because they've seen that the lineouts have not gone their way. 15 points the difference at the moment, so they need 2 scores and a little bit of something.
Fresh legs in Sikoli Senanto, Lindoguhle Seten, and Ethan Jeffrey to replace Caden Kiewit, Pierre Rabi and Blaine Golden in that Valke front row.
Just wait for all the water to come off.
Just like you said, Leila Arison, they'll be hoping that it adds a positive impact to this Carling Currie Cup First Division final for the Valke. Nanto successful with his first throw. Kloosman
On the ball.
finds a rampaging Zander van der Merwe, and they win the penalty to help themselves clear their lines with relative ease here.
And that'll send them to that line out with Nanto, the new hooker on the park. Will he be able to change the fortunes? Oh, that's not gone out though, Pila.
And they come back with it through Rene Lucas. Swartboy spurred on now by the home crowd, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Swartboy tactical again. A good covering of the ground and the back play from Stalmeester. Simple errors again creeping into the game of the Valke. Not finding touch on that occasion was Mbembe Pai. Stalmeester brings calm to proceedings.
Saw at the previous line out, kind of February decided to go up and just contest in the air.
Please open them up.
You'd be wondering,
Place your mark.
is
Open
that
them
what
up.
they choose to do? Because they're back to the full complement of 15 now, the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Back on the park is Janus Venter. His night is over. Nathan Milhorn, he was good. To tailor the line out goes Venter. Finds his captain and Karel de Prier. How they can work it forward, this driving maul, which is gathering momentum.
Okay, get out now.
Swartboy is asking for reinforcements to add to this momentum that they have.
Use once.
First stop, says Jonathan Lottering, the referee. It's still moving forward though, so they'll keep it in here until they get the advantage. Now they can free it up. Ulrich Wahl stabbing it through. Here comes the SWD Eagles. Try given. Rene Lucas. They can see it. One hand on the Carling Currie Cup First Division trophy. The Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Oh, it is truly about letting the boys play. Rene Lucas, well, he's had to do a lot of the dirty grafting work. We've not seen him in any sort of space, but the garden route, they're going to start dancing now. Pila, take a look at this. Good work. Again, that movement off the ball, getting into the shape. Ulrich Wahl, well, he stabbed a couple of them through this time. Finds the cherishing hands of Rene Lucas. And immediately you can see what it means. And that's what it means to those players that aren't on the field tonight too.
To Toy from out wide. And he's pulled it to the right of the uprights. And almost certain now that I might be streaking clear of the Valke in this final.
Yeah, 20 points might just be a little too far, but the Valke will say it's not over until the fat lady sings, so I'll only sing at the 80th minute.
There'll be plenty of ladies who are oversized here in Outeniqua Park. Ulrich Wahl has had an impressive outing at fullback. He's scored one, he's created one, and now he's clearing with ease for the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Time off. Number 10. Sub.
What a performance this has been.
Pull. Okay. See off.
Stalmeester has also been substituted for the Valke. Nanto.
Open up, SWD. Thank you.
Short for Kano February.
Not straight. Bad ball.
And he hasn't thrown it straight. So it needs to have a sufficient enough competition when you throw that. And Nanto has thrown it straight into the hands of Kano February.
Yeah, it's still got to be straight, even if it is your bailout ball. First throw for Nanto. And you can tell it's not been working. I mean, it's marginal, but it's definitely gone straight to Kano February.
Big cheer for the captain, who is done for the night. And Karel de Prier, a huge embrace from the players not involved in this Carling Currie Cup First Division final. What a shift from the captain.
Bye.
Replaced by Matthew Sekele in the 20 jersey. Well polished as well, this performance from the Dotsure SWD Eagles so far.
Relax. You just got on the
Yeah, just introducing himself is Ethan Jeffrey taking exception.
There's the mark.
Is Ntokozo Hlophe, fresh on the park, both of them.
It's just a little bit of how's your mother, how's your father.
After I blow my voice or nothing after that, okay?
Yeah, the Valke now, they realize they're under the pump. They've not taken the opportunities that they created for themselves, and that if they do lose this match, they will be ruining all of those opportunities that they had in that first half.
Fine! Sit!
In from Xavier SWD. Probably the first decent scrum we've had all night in this final, and both have gone up, but the advantage goes to the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Competitive Valke in that scrum, but just enough the home side to win the penalty. Oh, it's boiling over now.
Yeah, you can just see the initial hit so good, and then just that pressure coming in from the second rowers of the SWD Eagles, laying a hand, just getting the grips now on the Valke, unable to fly in the second half, unfortunately.
See, here's my mark. Look where your players are standing. There's my mark.
A lot of the
Look where your players are
territory's
standing.
been played inside the Valke half. It's so brilliant from the Dotsure SWD Eagles here, Layla, and keeping them pinned in their own half of the field, and not a lot of 22-meter entries from the Valke in the second 40 minutes. Venter finds a good throw. Now they can rumble forward again. The Dotsure SWD Eagles potentially trying to shut them out completely
Use it!
in this final. Now he's broken away as Venter.
He broke away. It was clear deep touch.
SWD. Seister is there with him. Does well, does Roscoe Seister to keep possession. Spurring the Outeniqua Park crowd. Trying to hold up this Valke defense and not concede yet another score in this final. SWD switches the play. Now Venter. Good clean out. Now SWD switching it with Divan Dutoy. Game, set, match at Outeniqua Park.
Yeah, that surely has done it for the home side. Divan Dutoy getting the score. It's because they play so flat on the line. Xavier SWD, he's so dangerous, he's so nippy, so the defense can't take their eyes off of him. So he comes around the corner flagging. He sets it up the first time. The hands go up, thought there might have been obstruction there from Zander van der Merwe. And again, that second carry. Again, just connecting the two players. Realizing the defenders had already turned their shoulders. All Divan Dutoy needed to do was run into a gap created and converts his own try. Now, surely now, they have done enough.
41 points to 14, the home side lead
Number 8.
in the grand final of the Carling Currie Cup First Division.
Some off.
What a performance in the second half. They are yet to concede points in this second 40. They would have been spurred on, the Valke, after scoring late in that first half. They brought it close. Now the Dotsure SWD Eagles are streaking away in the second 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's pure flex of their muscles on the home side.
Restart is deep. He's also been full of running. As Ulstander. Bierkus out the back door. Now they can flush their muscles. Big tackle on Charlie from Ilunga Mukendi. It's gone off his head, says the referee is protesting. Is Mukendi, but the line out will belong to the home side.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a huge hit. Great read by Mukendi. Shot out of his line early on. Again, fuller running. Just realized Charlie had the ball in both hands, so he caught himself up.
Venter down for Ulrich Stander. Swart boy De Toy decides to put a contestable. Good wing play and chasing from Roscoe Seister. Now they can pile over this. Good mop-up play though from the Valke, with Seteni bringing it forward. Kloosman, Stamper to Tian Jonker, who's in the 20 jersey, and lazy running from Matthew Sekele.
Yeah, had to turn and burn and get back into line. Liam Kloosman just milking that penalty, realizing he was trying to get back, pass it straight into him. Fortunately though for the Valke, they're just not getting over the gain line. So they're putting a lot of passes to hand. They've got a plenty of carries. But unfortunately it's just individual running, it's easy reading. And there you can see Liam Kloosman just passing it straight into Sekele's body. Marking that penalty a little bit, but it gives him a 22-meter entry. And I almost want to say it feels like one of 3 potential entries that they've had in this second half.
Can they make it count though? That's the question. First job done from Nanto, but the pass is astray. Seister does the mop-up work under huge pressure from Musa Chabalala. Togozo Hlope setting up the play. Kananungu's won this back for the Valke.
Tackle, release.
Now they can try and score here late on in this final. Tian Jonker.
Okay. Advantage 19 offside.
Advantage for the Valke. Now Kano February, who's had a massive game with ball in hand. Kloosman. They still have the advantage, a penalty advantage. Now the cross kick from Tyler Safour.
Number
Penalty
19 offside.
goes to the Valke for offside.
Number 19 offside.
And you got to wonder the cross kick thinking, because the Valke were making yardage post defenders. Those last couple of phases, yes, they had the advantage. The question would be, if you're able to just keep going, keep peppering the defense, potentially there's that option. He goes into the pocket, this Tyler Safour. Clearly he's already made that decision so the defenders waiting on the outside can set for that early.
Now it's through. Tyler Safour. He's caught everybody napping. The Valke have a score. It's very late. So we'll decide to drop it and get back and hopefully close that gap of 41 points to 21. Tyler Safour has scored for the Valke.
Yeah, they took the quick tap, sent it through the hands. Tyler Safour just changing his angle there.
Subs are being made by SWD.
Liam Kloosman, 1-2, couple of passes out the back, spots the gap in the middle, just overshooting the highline defense of the Dotsure SWD Eagles. And on the drift just carries it straight through. You can just see now the Dotsure SWD Eagles, they will have nothing rushing them to start getting set.
Subs to goal.
Time has been called off though by referee Jonathan Lottering. He's done really well to manage this game tonight. It's been helter-skelter, it's been all over.
The restart is deep from the Dotsure SWD Eagles all the way to Bembe Pai. Kano February. We'll have 6 minutes here to really put some pressure on the home side, and it's working here. They can work themselves down the middle of the park. They had the advantage called over by the referee. Chabalala. Stamper, who's been valiant in his efforts. Nanto, good work from him. Now they can release the speedsters. Inelunga Mukendi, good work from Ulrich Val.
5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it's brave from the Valke. They need 3 tries, 3 fully converted tries. They're willing to run it. There's half a charge down, chip over the top from Tyler Safuera. They kept it alive.
Let's go.
That's brilliant defensive work though by the fullback, making the hit, dragging the foot
let's
out
go.
into the touch. The defender that never misses the touchline. Less than 5 minutes away from lifting the cup are the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Ulrich Stander lending his weight. Snalo Jivana is on to replace Xavier Swartboy, who's had a stellar game. Sekele, Jivana, Fred Salinger is also on now in jersey 22. Carry from Henry Storm. Jivana. This pass is strong from Ulrich Val for the tight forwards to hang on to, and Lopez lost it forward.
Yeah, but unfortunately for the Valke, they've got to go to that scrum. The last 3 scrums, we've seen the Dotsure SWD Eagles just completely dismantling that of the Valke. That one from Ulrich Val, unfortunately, just dipping a little bit, but shouldn't have been easy enough to take. Be frustrated by himself. Because of Slope.
Plenty of contenders for player of the match here, Leila Arison. You can think of that man who's jogging off now in Ulrich Val. He's had a stellar game. So many of these Dotsure SWD players have put their hands up for higher honors in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there are plenty of brilliant players. I mean, Xavier Swartboy managed the game brilliantly for the home side. Ulrich Stander, he was busy both on attack and defense. Definitely did everything. They threw everything at it to bring a cup to the garden route. Man, oh man, have they done it in emphatic fashion.
Crouch!
It'll be heartbreak for a second year running for the Valke in the Carling Currie Cup First Division final. Beaten by the Griffins in 2025, and it looks like they're going to fall to the Dotsure SWD Eagles in 2026. 41 points to 21 with 2 minutes left on the clock.
16 closing the space.
Yeah, and that's just over-eagerness from Tian Drotsky. You get given a mark, you've got to keep your space. That puts everyone under pressure. It's not safe for the front rowers. It's a penalty going against the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Potentially one final opportunity, though, for the Valke side.
Nanto taking his time to throw this in, finds Stamper. The ball can go forward inside the 22-meter area of the Dotsure SWD Eagles.
18.
Can they fire a final salvo in this Carling Currie Cup First Division final? And they'll have the advantage, the penalty advantage.
Number 19 collapse.
Stamper has it. Pass is inaccurate again, but they were playing under an advantage.
19 collapse. You need the medic.
Yeah, just starting to fall apart defensively a little bit at discipline-wise.
Up the discipline.
On the Dotsure SWD Eagles, it's erratic, it's desperate defense. For the Valke, they'll be desperate to get 5 more points and potentially 7. Plenty of infringement. Initial one going against HD Stemmet for coming in at the side, and then one was being, another one gone for dropping it at the front of the maul.
Time's up on the clock in this final. Nanto
More.
brings it down for Edward Evans.
Once going backwards.
Anybody happy with the countdown?
First stop for the
50
Valke.
seconds to go.
Kloosman brings it out. Safour. Haven't heard a lot of Adrian Joubert in this second half.
Seconds to go.
He tried to pile over this breakdown. The Dotsure SWD Eagles. Good hands from Kanenungu, finds Nanto. It's a slippery ball.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Time is up on the clock, officially on our time and on the stadium time. Kloosman, Safour, Joubert is caught in possession, but they jumped over the line too early. Joubert goes quickly. He's a big man, is Adrian Joubert.
Step.
Safour,
Yeah, advantage. What's the number?
Strydom.
Yeah, 12 not rolling also.
You have another penalty advantage here
Correct.
to the Valke. Kloosman, speculative, that cross kick. It's not going to find anybody. But they were under an advantage.
Number 12.
Double blow of the
Your
whistle,
side,
trouble
and you're
for the
not running
Dotsure SWD Eagles.
Yeah, not the way Neil Bierkes would have wanted to finish
Offside.
his grand final, but
And not running
he's
away.
got to try in the final. No, he's contributed to his side, lifting the trophy. The Valke, they've got a never say die attitude. They will not let up. They've been fighting since the very first minute, and they'll continue to fight past the final one too.
A semi-final win away at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium last week. They would have come here to the Garden Route, back in this part of the world. Buoyed by the fact that they know they can do it away from home, but they've been blown out of the water from the home side, and they've won it back.
Step. Step.
The Dotsure SWD Eagles are calling Currie Cup First Division winners for 2026 at home at Outeniqua Park in George. All the squad members swarm this match day 23, knowing how much of an effort they've put in this season. What a final we've had here at Outeniqua Park.
Yeah, what a moment for the Garden Route. Outeniqua Park, well, it has completely erupted. And what a moment for these players, for the management, for their families. They got the acquisition of former Springbok head coach Heineke Meyer. And they started looking for funding, they started getting sponsors on board, they started getting people to believe, they started getting the Garden Route to believe in what they can achieve. And they were so close to making it to the Carling Currie Cup Premier Division. They missed it by the slightest of margins. But today they get to take a trophy home. And well, good luck trying to stop the party for the rest of the weekend here in the Garden Route.
The stories that will come out from this weekend. It's finished full time here at Outeniqua Park. The Dotsure SWD Eagles winners by 41 points to 21 over the Valke in the Carling Currie Cup final. Excellent in how they've operated through this season. You mentioned it, Leila Harrison, in the fact that they went out and got an experienced man to lead the ship, to steer the ship, and the potential, the dreams of what lies in the future for this province. And this will hopefully be the start of so many good things happening in this region. A proud region, a region that has produced Springboks as well. And they'll hope that this will spur them on to hopefully one day play Again in the Premier Division, you mentioned that they missed it by an inch, by a whisker. Fred Zellinger also winding down his career, a title under his belt in the Carling Currie Cup First Division.
Yeah, and you have to take a moment for the Valke. You have to think about everything that they've gone through this season. They fought hard. They had to travel in their semi-final. Everyone would have written them off in that semi-final against the EP Elephants, but they went in, they fought tooth and nail to get themselves in this position. And they fought hard during those first 40 as well. It was such a tight game. We were sitting on the edge of our seats. But the final 40 minutes, unfortunately, it was the Dotsure SWD Eagles who just found that second, third, fourth and fifth gear to be able to get points on the board with 40 men.
They scored 6 tries, the Dotsure SWD Eagles, in this victory. And those were the first half tries. Bierkes shown yellow in the final moments of this match, but he opened the scoring for the home side. And then the power of the forwards, Leila Arison. We've seen so many of those big men lending with big carries. And that score was so crucial because it gave them a fast start in those first 20 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. At set piece time, they were brilliant, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. They found ways to turn it into points. They found ways to turn it into penalties, but the Falcon never went away in that first half. They were always knocking. They found ways to get into the right areas in the field to get points on the board. And what they really did well too was trying to score as close to the post as possible to be able to give their kickers the best opportunity to get fully converted tries. But opportunities, they came aplenty for the Dotsure SWD Eagles, and they found ways to turn opportunities to points. Swartboy was incredible in the way that he managed the match tonight, getting a try of his own as well. That, probably the most opportunistic try of the evening.
It was an arm wrestle. Every time that the Dotsure SWD Eagles threatened to pull away, especially in the first 40 minutes, the Valke matched them in intensity. And that was a crucial score from Zellinger Stradum to cut the gap to 19 points to 14 at halftime. Blown out of the water at the start of the second 40 minutes. Ulrich Val scoring the first points of that second half, and then it was one-way traffic in that second half. They scored unanswered points right up almost to the end of this game, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. What a performance at home in front of their home fans at Outeniqua Park, a venue, like we said in the build-up, has hosted many an HSBC 7 Series final in the years gone by.
Yeah, they found moments to score, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. This one was brilliant from Devon de Toy on the shoulder of Xavier Swartboy. And this was the final try from Tyler Safour for the Valke. They came back, they were looking to fight back, but just a little bit too late. And again, you have to take a moment to think about these players. The players, that are playing professionally, yes, at a first division level. They've got families that need a support. They have obviously said that plenty of what they want to do is to be able to contribute to Kempton Park, what it brings to the community of Kempton Park for the Valke too, how much that means to them. And they would have dearly, dearly, dearly wanted to take the travel back home with a cup. Second year in a row that they've been unable to get over the line in a final.
Still a very proud moment for JP Immelman and his Valke side. Build again. Go again in 2027. Runners up in this Carling Currie Cup First Division final, the Valke. Devon de Toy named player of the match. in this finals, won both the Varsity Cup and now the Carling Currie Cup First Division title. What a player, what potential he has to hopefully fight for higher honors going forward in his career.
Yeah, immediately we saw families, we saw the kids storming onto the park here. Outeniqua Park, getting handshakes, getting signatures from the men that they look up to. They come out weekend after weekend. It reminds me so much of when you go to Boland Stadium in Wellington, how the families and how the crowd and how the community pulls together. That's that feeling that you get when you come to Outeniqua Park. They've got the white champions caps on. It's always tough. You never know, should you put a date on those caps or not?
Yeah, they'll wear them with pride. They will definitely wear them with pride.
Pilo, what a moment, I mean, how cool to be able to get a final on a Friday. You can celebrate the entire weekend. I wonder how many of these players are potentially going to pull a Hachiva Daimani, maybe a Damian Willems are going to wear their kit the whole weekend. Can't wait to see what the socials look like with these players and the way they're going to be celebrating.
Not sure that they're prepared to wear that kit the whole weekend.
Oh, if you've won in that kit, you absolutely are. Definitely the bench players will be wearing theirs longer than those guys that played the full 80. Maybe the wives or their partners might be telling them, I think it's okay now.
It's time to put it in the washing machine. I'll stand by for their captain in Karel du Preez to go and receive the Carling Currie Cup First Division trophy. What a moment also for Outeniqua Mayor, who's been there, done that, who's seen everything, almost everything there is to see in rugby, both locally and internationally, Outeniqua Mayor. And to come here to this part of the world and deliver a Carling Currie Cup First Division title. Proud. The winners of the Carling Currie Cup First Division title for 2026, the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Lofts it up high, does Karel du Preez. And the party starts in the garden route. Currie Cup First Division winners for 2026 in an absorbing final here at Outeniqua Park. They never relinquished their lead. From the first minutes right up until the 80th minute and beyond. What a season it's been for the Dotsure SWD Eagles. Perilously close to securing promotion to the Premier Division. The first time since 2018 when they beat the Falcons to lift that coveted trophy. Celebrations, like you said, Lele Arison, will go long into the night here in George and in the surrounding areas. It's a proud, proud province, this, as small as it is. And Ulrich Wahl, that man had a stellar performance from the back. They'll savor this. Some of the younger players will potentially say this is the start of a very fruitful career. It's great to see. It's enjoyed by not only the players but the people that contribute so much to this side. The support staff, the community, most importantly, of George and the Southwestern Districts area. Winners of the Carling Currie Cup, First Division. It's the Dotsure SWD Eagles. It's been a pleasure joining you for this final. My name is Pila Sanders Iqaba alongside Layla Arison until the next season.